on the Donna Smith Show. And this is how we do it. And this is how we do it. I want to welcome everybody. Thank you. And this is how we do it on the Donna Smith Show. We got it, y'all. We in there. Uh-oh, there I go. See how my stuff freezing? Yeah, it's freezing. I don't know what's going on, but it's going to unfreeze in a minute. But I'd like to welcome everyone to the Donna Smith. I call it Table Talk, Grown Folk Table Talk with Donna Smith. Welcome you guys here this evening on a Monday, you guys. We started it on a Monday because of the Super Bowl yesterday. So I wanted to give you guys a chance to get drunk and just do your thing yesterday, not have to worry about little old me until today, okay? So we making it. That's what you did? That's what I did too. I did a little bit.
I did.
I know, it's crazy. But I just want y'all to know that anything we talk about on the show, any questions, any conversations, any feedback, any debates is not meant to offend anyone. This is what we do in a grown folk type of way. If a question or a topic is not meant for you, I understand. Just let it pass you on by. But I guarantee you something is going to strike your interest. Well, if you don't want to say nothing, you're going to want to look at it. You're going to want to hear it, okay? But I welcome you guys. And so what we going to do, I guess John will be back on in a minute. If you guys have your toast ups, we need to do our quick toast to the hostess with the mostest. Whatever you got, water bottle, something. Okay, Gareth got his. Mark, you don't have yours, huh? Oh, he got his microphone off. So right now, Gareth, me and you. Click.
No.
And Mark don't have his. But this is what we do.
I'm toasting a joint.
You that's all right. Do your thing, baby. If that's what floats your boat, I ain't mad at you.
All right.
Okay, you guys, we here live in effect tonight. We're gonna talk about a few things. JJ, I think, is gonna try to chime in. He's having some technical stuff going on. With the microphone or something with his, with him logging into Zoom. So he's working on that. So I'm hoping he can get in with us, at least through the microphone. We can hear him. And John will be on in a minute. And then I'm pretty sure maybe Ben will chime in when he gets a chance. So anyway, you guys, hey, what's up? What's up? How was your week? Everything cool? Everybody have a good week?
Yeah.
Y'all did?
Yeah.
Anything new, exciting, strange? You did something strange for some change? Something? Anything? About the same?
Well, I started a new company, right? So
okay,
I got a new client. So that's where I'm at.
Oh, you got a new client?
Yes.
Good for you.
Yeah.
I still got to get with you. I need to. I need to probably get me another website up and at them.
Yeah, well, talk to me because I know the best. In fact, I got 2 new clients, and one of them is from the Bay Area where I used to work, right?
Uh-huh.
That cat came up with me through the ranks, and now he's a manager.
What?
And, because, I started out like everybody else over there. Like, I fucking desktop support guy and shit,
Yeah.
And then, then I got director, IT manager, and all that crap. And he's in the same position now.
What?
So, yeah, he reached out to me and said, man, I need your help. And I don't want to deal with these other cats. I trust,
Right on.
So
you
that
helping
was
get his thing. You getting his thing up for him and everything. And
yeah. I got him. I got his back, because
I gotta come together with some stuff I'd like to put out there. It don't have to be a lot, but I just want to put who I am, what I do, and those things. I know Ben said too he was gonna be getting with you too.
Yeah, you know what? We are the most price competitive web developers in the country.
Nice.
So, if you want something, Donna, we can do all the content for you and and make it happen. And as a matter of fact, the dudes that I deal with, they've dealt with people in the entertainment industry before. So,
okay.
We can make it happen and you'll be very
So typically, I know it probably depends on what all you want to say and do and put out there, but typically, how long does it take to get something up and going? Like a month or
no, a couple of weeks.
Or a couple of weeks.
Couple of weeks. It kind of depends on the content. Like, what do you want posted, right? Do you want videos posted? Do you want just links? You know how websites are, right?
Yeah.
So it depends, but I'm gonna tell you, my guys are great at what they do. I spent 30 years in the IT industry, so I made some good connections over those years.
Okay. Yeah, so, that's nice. That's a wonderful trade to be into, especially nowadays with everything being tech savvy. We live in a technical era.
Yes, we do. And my thing is now I don't even want to do tech anymore. I want to delegate. And that's right. That's where I'm at, right?
Good for you. Yeah, I'm gonna check it out. We'll talk offline about all that, and I'll come up with some things I may want to put out there. I'll tell you what I had put out when I had my website, different things I had on there. And then of course you always want to do something better and greater, something different, so right. I'm ready for that. But anyway, you guys, so you guys all saw the Super Bowl yesterday, I'm quite sure. And our Kansas City Chiefs won by a field goal. Now there's a lot of uproar, like John was saying on Twitter and stuff, about that slide. That when they was trying to kill the clock and dude slid and didn't really run in for the touchdown, and they won by a field goal. You guys see anything where I thought they was just trying to kill the clock down so they could kick it, but apparently people got upset about that.
Well, you know what? People gonna get upset when their team loses, right? Yeah. That's the nature of it. It was nothing illegal about what he did. It was smart. Right?
A few people I was watching the game with say that was a brilliant move and play he did. The way he ran off the clock and just slid with the ball. They said it was a good play.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It was a good play. It was a heads-up play. It was an intelligent play. And I applaud him for being smart enough to understand what he was trying to do. Yeah. Right? You want to run that clock down at that point. So it was a great move.
And the game, the game kept you engaged. I mean, they were close throughout. It could have went either way, really. I mean, they were both on each other's tails, and a little gain here and a little bit, together. I mean, it was, I didn't care who won, really. I mean, the Chiefs did, not the Chiefs, the Eagles did kind of embarrass the 49ers in that game. So I did kind of want them to get pounced on,
Right.
That was the only reason I kind of was going for the Chiefs. Not really my team, but had to do what you had to do. And congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs on their win, Super Bowl champion. And all them doggone Roman numerals behind that. What is that? 57, 50 something, whatever, however many years. It didn't change and put another letter in front of this. I say, wait a minute, hold up. Okay, which one is this? So that's real good. And so what about the halftime show, you guys? Now I the world was exposed to Rihanna's bubble bump. She has another bun in the oven, obviously, and she's not just a couple of months. It looked like she may be about 5-6 months or something like that pregnant, and I think the baby that she had is not even 6 months, right?
Yeah. I don't know. But
it's a new baby. It's not a year old. I know that.
I wasn't impressed with the halftime so much, but
I've been hearing all kinds of different things. I mean, I know she had on a designer's outfit, and I know that in a lot of ways, because we used to her being so sexy and alluring and hardly nothing on, but she was camouflaging her body too, with that type of, but that outfit was something else. And
yeah.
And her groove was a little slower, of course, you with child and you showing, and so you ain't gonna be hitting the splits, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but a lot of people didn't really really care for the halftime entertainment this year.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you a story right now, and it's not going because I'm on your show.
Mm-hmm.
I flirted with her once.
Did you?
I ain't got no sense, right?
You got sense. You had sense to flirt with her, that's for sure, huh?
Yeah, man, her bodyguard shut me down so quick.
Did they?
Yeah, they shut me down, man. I was at a boxing match in San Jose, and they shut me down, and she just smiled at me, right? But
yeah,
I
so
ain't.
You was trying to put your Mac Daddy, hey baby, you looking gorgeous tonight. What's your name? My name is Daddy. I'm from the Bay Area, baby. What you do?
I don't know. I don't even remember what I said. I just had my homeboys laughing at me because I told them, I said, I'm gonna go hit on her. And so they just laughed at me when I got shut down by these two big brothers, but it was all in fun, right?
Because they gotta be safe, they gotta be cool. They don't know you could have been a stalker or anybody, they gotta look out. That's what they're getting paid the bucks for, is to protect. So
exactly,
they didn't know you.
Exactly.
But she did smile, so that was a good thing.
Right.
And and so I guess she made a decision to get her kids out the way. So boom, boom. That's probably gonna be, that's it. Because I mean, they tell you after you have that baby that you're not supposed to do nothing for 6 to 8 weeks. And you mess around, a woman is still wide open. You mess around and be tipping and tapping.
Yeah,
you open for a pregnancy for real.
This was actually years ago when I lived in San Jose.
Really?
Yeah, it was before she got really, really big time. I guess she was big time then. I just didn't know it because she had bodyguards, right? But I was at the SAP Center in San Jose, and I'm like, I'm putting my bid in. I'm going after that. Right?
And she was doing a concert there?
Or it was a boxing match.
Oh, okay.
And my cousin is a trainer for professional fighters. So I had a ringside seat.
Oh, you was up close.
I was right down on the first row, and so was she. So I went down, I dug in, I said, I'm going after that.
Wow.
But that was way back in the day. It was like 2012 or something like that.
2012. Yeah, she had to be young because she's like 34 now.
Yeah.
So she was in her 20s, young thing,
Yeah.
And probably just, like you say, just starting out with some stuff, and you didn't really know she was really, I mean, I guess she blew up after the fact, but she had something going on to have bodyguards. You just don't have bodyguards.
Yeah.
Just because.
I didn't know. I just, you know what? All I saw was a pretty face. I'm like, okay. And somebody told me that's Rihanna. I was like, okay, I'm going over there and trying to get my Mac on.
Yeah, she's a pretty girl. She's a pretty girl. I was, because I kind of knew when I was looking at her head on, I said, she looked like she got a little tummy, right? But then when she busted that side angle with the camera on, I said, oh my God, that girl is really pregnant.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think it was just a great thing to be pregnant and confident and still doing your thing, and just, because you still you just got to kind of move a little different maybe. But I thought it was great, I mean, I didn't particularly care for the outfit, but
And she was making a statement at the same time, so
it
I
was a
get
fashion statement for real. It was
that.
some fashion designer I had read that passed away or something that had designed that outfit. And that was one of the reasons she had that on. But, Super Bowl is always so entertaining. And, I know some people who went on a Super Bowl cruise. They had big fun. And, those, they be acting up on there when the Super Bowl time on them cruises. So,
Oh, yeah.
That's all good with that. But we're going to move right along, you guys. I'm trying to, I was trying to hold on a minute until John got back, but I guess he'll chime in when he gets on, and whoever else wants to join in, because we gonna do what we gonna do. I'm not gonna hold you guys really long tonight. And I just want to mention, if I forget to mention after the show, next Sunday we're gonna be back on track. So it'll be on Sundays at 6:30, and not on Monday. I just kind of tweaked it with Monday because of the football season and the games and stuff like that. And because I was off work. So it was almost time for me to get back to real life again. So I'm gonna have to do it on a Sunday and not a Monday, because Mondays is long days for me. Okay. So anyway, you know how it is, Mark, I'm doing this massive commute when I go. I'm commuting from Fairfield to Oakland, back and forth, man. It's just too much.
That's crazy.
The traffic, that when the weather is bad, people driving crazy. I gotta leave. It'd be taking me like an hour and a half with all this.
I believe it.
It's ridiculous.
So Fairfield is off of what? The 24?
It's off of 80.
Okay.
You could come 80 or 680, and it's like going towards Sacramento.
Yeah.
But it's before Sacramento. It's like 45 minutes or so before Sac. So you got, Fairfield, Sassoon, Fairfield, and then Vacaville.
So you can't catch a train down there, or?
Well, I mean, I could. They have like a bus, not a train. They have a bus terminal where you can catch a bus to the BART station. I think to Richmond or something like that, Berkeley or Richmond, something like that, El Cerrito. And then they have the BART train you catch to Oakland, and then we have a shuttle that will take us to the hospital. But you know how it is. You just want to get in your ride and go. I mean, I'll do all that if I have to. Say like the car broke or something like that. But I just be wanting to just go. I don't be just going to the bus station, BART, transfer. It's just a lot. And then nowadays, the BART in itself is an eerie experience because
right.
Ever since the pandemic and everything, it's just been kind of strange dealing with that BART and everything. I do that maybe once a year.
Okay.
To go to the dentist in San Francisco.
Yeah, I keep my eye on the Bay Area.
Hey, Brian.
I read SF Gate, and I watch the Bay Area because I got family out there, right?
Yeah.
And then it's like I can relate to what you're saying, because I used to drive to Monterey every day when I lived in Hayward, and I did that. And after a while, I mean, like driving down there wasn't bad. It was actually a nice ride in the morning.
But coming
back, man, you hit 101 and 880, and it'll take you 2 hours to get home. And I was like, man, I can't do this no more. I quit on the motherfucker.
It's frustrating. I remember when you was in Hayward, and just that 80, that 880, 80.
Yep.
And even people coming from Stockton, there's people coming from Stockton to that Altamont and all that, and they coming into Oakland to work. That's where the jobs and stuff is, Oakland, San Francisco. But coming from Antioch, coming from Stockton, those are horrible, horrible experiences, for real. And supposedly they say mine is not as bad, but shit, I figure it takes me an hour and 15, 20 minutes you know, each way, sometime an
Yeah.
hour and 45 minutes coming home. That's
Right.
that's you know, and you frustrated, you tired, you know, gas had went up extremely high. You know, then you got the fast track thing. They don't have people taking the money at the toll. So you either gonna get a bill every time you go through because it hits your license plate, or you gotta have fast track and you still gotta pay because they still be trying to hit you up. What is it, $7 a day
Something like that. I
to
don't
go
know what it
across
is.
those bridges? But I'm like, man, I tell you, and my car, you know, it's taking a licking and keeping on ticking. It's a good commuter car, but instead of getting an oil change every 3 to 4 months, I'm getting an oil change at least every 2 months.
Crazy.
Then I gotta put a quart in between the oil change because your car is just burning, you know, and it's just, I'm like, so other than dealing with a couple of things I had to deal with, it was refreshing not having to commute, but I'm ready to get back on to my regular situation so that I can get some things in motion, you know, and do what you got to do. You know, if I had my way, I would retire right now and just go passion full speed into some other stuff. But you got to kind of set yourself up and be ready for that, you know, because it is going to be a transition.
Yeah.
Well,
it's already a transition for me. I'm 62, so
okay.
You know, and I'm already looking down that road and trying to figure out what I'm gonna do. That's why I'm trying to position myself with this company to let everybody else do the work, because I'm not trying to do the work no more in IT. You know, so I hear what you're saying.
Keep on pushing, keep on networking, keep doing what you're doing. I mean, you know, you're really good with that. You got the experience, you know, you got the leadership angle, you got the plan. You just put it in motion, just make it happen.
Yeah.
You know,
stick to your plan.
That's right. We got to stick to the plan.
Yeah.
Well, we gonna get on with if anybody got anything else to share. Brian, you good? You good?
Yeah, I'm good. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You don't have nothing. The Super Bowl, were you cool with it? Were you cool with the halftime? Was you cool with all that?
The halftime didn't matter to me. You know, Rihanna, God bless her heart, but she just don't do it like that for me. All Super Bowls have been contaminated as far as talent, and no one could do nothing other than what Prince did a few years back. So, you know, no one could do that. And I've seen a few try. There's just no use to watching it. It's not even worth watching for the commercials anymore, you know? So
you're right.
They used to have the best commercials during the Super Bowl. Remember that? They used to have
Yeah, we were all talking about that yesterday, and it's just not the same. Of course, you have a house full of people and everyone's having a good time, and that was pretty much my priority right there, just to make sure that everybody had enough to eat, had enough to drink, and my Super Bowl parties, I like to get a mix of all kind of cultures and walks of life. So, you know, we had everything from a group of retirees to some youth football players to some married folks, single folks. I mean, you know, religious people, not so religious people. I just like a mix of people. So and we had a good time. I'm gonna put together a little video and post it soon. So
that'd be real nice, Brian.
Yeah, I like.
You know what? That's awesome, brother. I like that mindset. You know.
You know, the way as crazy as this world is, you know, you got to do that, man. I mean, that used to be the words to songs back when we were all kids, but that's the way of the world these days, man. And it's crazy. All the world needs is a little communication, respectful communication between us all, and let's just have some fun. We ain't got much longer to be here, so let's just have fun.
That's right.
That's what I'm saying. I'm up here looking for here it is. my inquiring minds want to know question. That's going to be next. But yeah, it's all about having fun. I really, enjoying yourself, your peace, your mindset of whatever you're passionate about, especially when you get up in your mature stages of life, like we are in right now. You start thinking outside the box, because life ain't over. It ain't over. If you retire from corporate America tomorrow, you still want to be able to still keep some things going. You don't want to just fall back and just rot. You want to still, and those who have their passions and know what it is and planting them seeds, I say just keep planting them, because I ain't gonna stop till I drop. So I don't know. Right. I ain't stopping. Okay.
Yeah. And me being an Eagles fan, diehard since I was like ninth grade, 1979, that was a tough game to watch toward the end, and personally, and I don't know if all the fellas and other people will agree with me, but, the refs are just doing way too much, more and more with almost every game that's going on. They're affecting the outcome with these bullshit, dumbass calls. And it kind of leads you to believe the other little rumors that it's fixed. So, I used to think that's a $9 billion a year business, and why mess with that? So I was thinking they weren't doing that, but now I don't know what's the thing.
So, brother, let me ask you: are you from Philly?
Strangely enough, I'm from Compton, California, born and raised. It's just that when I was a kid, and the Eagles were about to play the Raiders in the Super Bowl, I'm a different kind of dude. If everybody's going left, I'm going to find a way to do the same thing going right.
Okay.
I said, you know what? I'm gonna go with that other team. I didn't know nothing about them. I just went with them and been with them ever since.
Okay, so I'm from DC, and I'm a Redskin Commander fan. So I was straight player hating on them, and I went to the crabs in the barrel mindset, and I said I want the Chiefs to win. So. That's how I operated. But I used to hang out in Linwood, man, back in the day, just so I'm familiar with Compton. But
Linwood Plunge and Compton Fashion Center, all right there on the outskirts of Linwood, Bullis Boulevard.
Yeah. But it's funny because I don't see a whole lot of West Coast brothers pulling for East Coast teams, right? But I was like, man, I want them to lose, and I want them to lose bad. But they look good. They hung in there, and they're actually a very good team. But they ran up on a coach, man. Andy Reid he's a beast. And
he was a beast when he was with us. I loved him like a dad when he was with us. I was sad when he left. I'm still sad that he's gone. And I knew it was going to be a good game because this was a bona fide, the best Super Bowl we were guaranteed to have in a long time. And I knew, my personal game plan was you can't let Mahomes stay too close because he's got that magic. He's got that know-how. So unfortunately, bit us in the ass.
I think it was a great game. Neither one of them was my team, but it was still a good game to watch. And they both kind of stuck in there fighting. They both fight. Now that play, Brian, we was talking about earlier, I forget the player that slid. He slid and didn't do the touchdown. When the clock was ticking down. What do you think about that play?
That if we had the ball, and I mean that's a strategy technique of the game. You're trying to. That's not the first time that's been done. It's getting done in almost every other game. If a team is leading and they want to eat up some clock, you don't go out of bounds.
That's right.
So you want the clock to keep running because you want the clock to keep running. And
so if he would have went on in and got the touchdown. Then it would have gave the other team an opportunity.
Well, that was to get the ball, right? The Eagles was to go ahead. They made it look like they didn't want him to score, but if you watch the replay, it wasn't very much effort by anybody really on the team. And they kind of anticipated him doing that. They just outsmarted him or beat him to the punch rather. And they did what they had to do. I'm not mad at Mahomes or the Chiefs, the better team. I guess the better team won because they both were really, really good. We just got it taken from us by the refs. The opportunity to tie it anyway. So
I thought they were definitely gonna go into overtime.
The only play that might be questionable was the that holding call. That was nitpicky and close.
Yes.
That was nitpicky.
You need to call that in the first, second, third, and fourth quarter, and things like that go on almost every play. So as a referee, you got to be mindful of the fact, like, okay, this is the end of the game. This type of shit, like he said, is ticky-tacky, and it's been going on. Do I call this? It wasn't even an obvious one. It was like a just passing by him, and it happens. But there's holding on every play.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
That
looks like it's holding on every play to me. That somebody is grabbing on to somebody.
No, it is absolutely holding on every play. They just don't catch it, or they don't call it.
They don't call it. They wait for opportune times like then. That was just a bad time to call it. Just horrible time to call it.
Yeah. I agree, bro. But I'm still not mad though, because I didn't want them to win.
Hey, but tell me this: did you guys bet on the games? Did anybody lose any money?
No, and I'm here in Vegas, and I don't bet. I rarely bet on games. I might bet on the NCAA men's basketball, but I really don't bet on. I'm not a gambler like that. So, and it's funny because a lot of my friends are here. They got the apps. They be betting over, under, and all that crap, and I don't even understand half of it. So I just don't mess around with it.
I did play some bets, being at work with a couple of other managers and whatnot, but I try to stay away from too many money bets. And it depends on the person that challenges me, because I'd much rather take your dignity than your money. That's way more to me.
Right.
So, I've had a couple of managers go out and wash my car in the parking lot in front of everybody.
Wow,
that's some priceless shit right there. So
it is.
Other than that,
hey, bro, you like snatching hearts.
That's right.
Well, they used to do those football. My auntie had they did a football pool where everybody put, $5 in per square or something like that.
Yes.
And those are fun.
We had about 4 or 5 of them here. Prior to the Super Bowl, people would call in, we sent out copies of it. And so you were able to pick your numbers. So we had 2 $5 pools and 2 $25 pools. And me, myself, personally, I had about 7 or 8 sheets of pools that I was involved in. So, my girl is talking shit to me about, next time we go to a restaurant and something costs $3 more than you want to pay and you don't get it, you can't do that now because you just spent about $300-400 on some damn football pools. So
I know.
I got to hear that for the next year.
Well, it would have been real gravy if you had won.
Well, the football pools don't even really have an outcome as to who wins or loses in the game. Those are strictly numbers.
Oh, that's at the end of each quarter, right? Yeah.
Right. I've been playing those things for 25, 30 years. You want to know how many times I've won?
How many?
I didn't say nothing because I have yet to win.
You haven't won.
Wow.
My auntie won last night. She won about $125.
Oh, we had 2 or 3 people who won at least $800 each.
Wow.
Yeah. I've never won a lot of money on those pools. I don't even remember because I used to play those square pools too, but maybe $100 at the max. And
I have much more fun with the parlay cards during the season. I don't mess around once the playoffs come. I got to get focused.
I hear
Well,
you.
I'm glad you guys were able to enjoy the game yesterday. Everybody got bent, Super Bowl parties everywhere. I'm surprised folks went to work today because I know it was hard for some people.
Yeah.
But I went.
Yeah, to get up and stuff. And I know that was hard. So I did
Traffic
a little something, but I didn't have to go today. So I was able to balance it out. But it was my sister-in-law birthday, so I was able to celebrate the birthday and do the game thing with her too. So that was real good.
Nice.
So Donna, are you still at Kaiser, or what are you up to?
Mm-hmm. I'm still there.
Okay.
I'm still there. I had surgery in September, so the surgery had me slam dunked up until now. I'm just going back I don't want to say when exactly right now, but it's real soon. I'll be returning back once the doctors say, okay, you're good. You can go back, I've been doing a lot better, but it's still a few things I'm struggling with, but I'm ready to get back to life as normal. One operation caused a whole lot of other issues. They want to tell you this junk about, well, that was probably something going on before the surgery. No. Y'all did the surgery and now I got this. Okay. It's like, where'd that come from? So, and I had a simple, well, wasn't simple, but it was a hiatal hernia. Repair. So they did that. And then all of a sudden I started having esophagus issues. My esophagus started spasming when I eat certain things and food get caught. And then I'm feeling like I'm having a heart attack or something, and I didn't have that issue at all, never in my life until I had this hernia repair. So, it's been a struggle, but they finally have gotten me balanced with something that I'm taking that it seems to be doing better than the other stuff. I have had allergic reactions. I have fainted. I went from Fairfield to Fremont to handle some business, got there, used the bathroom. They heard a thump on the floor, came in, I'm laying head down on the floor, passed out, fainted.
Yeah.
So I had to be rushed to the emergency. Blood pressure went down due to these medicines they had put me on. They always quick to put you on something, It's a Band-Aid. It's an experiment. Here, well, take this. And next thing I know, blood pressure crashed down. And I just thank God I wasn't driving.
Yeah.
When that happened, because I had only been there 30 minutes. And I told the girl, I said, hey, let me use your bathroom right quick. My stomach ain't feeling right. Let me use your bathroom. And boom, 30 minutes after getting there, I was out, just fell over. And so my head hit the floor. So then they had to do CAT scans and all that, make sure I didn't have nothing going on and all that. So they had to take me off of that. So I've had I wear it well, but I've had my challenges, man. It's been 5 months.
You know what?
But I am I'm feeling a little better. And the thing about the esophagus, because when you have surgeries and they put down this thing down your throat,
Yeah.
I know a few people have gotten problems with that after the fact. So I don't know what they're talking about, where this has come from, but I'm like, look, I didn't have that. So what exactly happened? Why am I having this now?
Right.
And I can eat some scrambled eggs today and it's cool. No problem. I may eat some scrambled eggs 3 days from now and they get stuck. So it's like, it just depends, but the getting stuck in there is totally, it used to be really bad. Like everything I ate, every meal or every other meal, I was just, and when you have the episodes, they call it a something, esophagus, but when you have the episodes, it literally feels like you're having a heart attack because your chest get tight, food is stuck, your shoulder and arms, back get to hurting, you can't swallow, you try to stand up and you're feeling weak. I mean, you're just going through these things, right?
Right.
And I'm like, what is happening to me? You guys just fixed the hernia. What happened?
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. So anyway, thank you, Jesus. But that's why, you have to appreciate life. You have to be, like I say, go forward, go get it. We got to be thankful at this point in our lives that, we have our health, that we have an opportunity to do it again the next day and to go forward with some stuff. Because as you get older, you're hearing and seeing about people close to you that's leaving, friends I may not have talked to in a while. I find out, oh, they passed 2 months ago, 3 months ago, and it's like life is short, man. So, and all that extra stress, boy, bye. Ain't nobody got time for all that stress. Your blood pressure going up and down, and your stomach all messed up. No, you don't need. If you got something that's stressing you out like that, you better try to look closer. Because your body reacts to stress, and stress is the number one killer. Hypertension is very prevalent around, our culture. We got hypertension, we got heart disease, we got diabetes, we got all these things. And the more you put yourself in a stressful way, your body can't fight off certain things. And then next thing you know, you walking around with high blood pressure and didn't even know you had high blood pressure.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
until something happened where you almost pass out, or you feeling dizzy and you go to the doctor and your blood pressure is like stroke level and you saying, huh?
Yeah. No.
When did I get that? You gotta pay attention.
Yeah, I just went to a doctor the other day and my blood pressure was a little elevated and I'm pre-diabetic now.
Oh, okay.
But so he told me it can all be changed if you change your ways, right? Because I told him, I said, I drink too motherfucking much, right? I told him straight up, right? And
well, alcohol turns to sugar,
right.
It turns to that sugar in there.
Yeah.
And that, that's something to pay attention to too. You can still drink, but you just may want to just tone it down some,
Yeah.
And
but to your point is like I went to the doctor. I had surgery in like 2017, right?
Mm-hmm.
For diverticulitis, and so that's where they cut out part of your colon, right?
Okay.
And they lit me up with oxycodone and morphine.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, shit, this is worse than the drugs I did on the street. I was
morphine ain't no joke. Morphine is not no joke.
Yeah, I was like, I threw those pills out, and I'm like, I can't be doing this. I'd rather have a shot of whiskey, right? Instead of fucking with this shit, because that shit blew me up. But I'm like, I'm not gonna be hooked on this stuff.
Yeah.
And my boss had warned me. He said, man, you need to do not take that, because he got hooked on it and had
Did
to
he
go
get
through
hooked on the morphine or the hydrocodone?
the hydrocodone, and I think that's what you call it. Hydrocodone.
The Norco?
Like Oxycontin or something.
Oh, yeah. I think that's stronger than Norcos, right?
Yeah. And he was like, man, you don't need to be on that because you'll get hooked on it. He got hooked on it and ended up back in the hospital going through withdrawal, for that, because he had a back problem, right? And they got him strung out on that shit. And I'm like, okay. So I'm not messing with this, but
yeah. I mean, it's good for pain management, but it is very, they have you go through a lot of things now just to get the prescription for this stuff. I mean, they want to test your urine and stuff, make sure you're taking it. People are selling medicines on the street.
Right.
People are becoming addicted to this stuff because their pain is so severe. And it's like, what do? You replace one thing for another. And then sometimes if you drink too much, that's clashing with certain medications you're taking. So you becoming more loopy.
Yeah.
But we got to take care of ourselves for sure. And with our men, it's hard to get y'all to go to the hospital, get your physicals, get yourself checked out. Got to pull you by the head and the arm and all that. Yeah, you too, Brian. And you too, Garrett. Y'all don't be wanting to go to the doctor.
I got an answer for that.
What's that?
If y'all sweet talk us like y'all do to get us to mow the lawn, instead of nagging at us, that nagging activates an I don't want to hear that shit device.
Oh, come on now.
Kind of slow to go do it.
We don't be nagging is that because we love you guys and we just want you, because we be seeing that you having some struggles, right? And we want you to go get things checked out. And sometimes you just get a physical once a year just to make sure.
Preach.
Okay.
True that. But let me share something with you. Ladies, if any ladies are watching this or listening to this, a man is most likely, not 100%, but most likely to listen to his buddy or a male friend tell him to do the same thing rather than his significant other, because she's going to put a little twang with it, and it might be on the annoying side. But, your buddy will go, hey, man, based on what you were saying, why don't you just go see a doctor? Guarantee he going to go, you know what? Yeah, I better go do that.
So he'll listen to his partner, but won't listen to his woman.
He'll be slow to listen to his woman, but he's most likely to listen to his partner.
Garrett, is that true? Now, you got a wife over there. When she tell you to go to the doctor, do you go?
I didn't know on my own.
Oh, you just go on your own?
Yeah.
That's what's up. You don't like her telling you to go?
No.
He's ahead of the game.
We just be caring about y'all, but we have to pay attention, you guys. Your body gives you signs, especially with blood pressure and all that. You start getting some stuff that, you get headaches, you get lightheaded, you get all kinds of funny feelings, and that ain't normal. Well,
as a man, we're right off taught to shake it off, sleep it off, rest it off. And unfortunately, that is not the best advice. That may be the best advice prior to you being 12 or 15 years old. But once you begin to get a little older and your parts, your arms and shoulders and everything are a little older and a little bit seasoned, they get worn out. And, they need a little tune up here and there. It's just, it's the male mentality, our egos and all that male bravado shit that keeps us from doing what we're supposed to do, what we should be doing on the wrestling.
Mm-hmm. And that's good stuff. And Mark, the diabetic thing, you can, a lot of people, when they just change and tweak certain things, your diet and certain things you're doing, you can
start with your diet.
You can
start it with your diet.
Mm-hmm.
You can
start eating better and making better choices like that, especially when you're in that pre-stage. You can combat that.
Yeah, and you know what? I was waiting for the blood test to come back, right? Because diabetes runs strong in my family. Mm-hmm. So, I was like, okay, I'm 62. I have avoided it, for all these years. And I got, a lot of my family had diabetes when they was in their 30s and 40s and, so when he came back with that, I was expecting it, mm-hmm. But when he told me, he said, you can beat this if you change your diet and you exercise more, because I've been slacking since the pandemic. Yeah, I used to go out and walk and stuff and, do something, but then the pandemic hit and I stopped, plus I was dealing with my mom and all that.
Yes.
But he said, if you go do these things, we'll check back in 6 months and, you'll be okay. So that's my plan now, is to change stuff, you know.
Yeah. And that's all it is, just a little shift, of going towards the right way. You can't just cold turkey everything. I mean, you like to have your drink sometime. That's okay. You just have to cut it down some, Brian got him what you got, Brian?
I'm drinking Pepsi and or Diet Pepsi
Yeah.
And Jack Daniels' broke ass cousin, that would be Evan Williams.
Oh, Jack Daniels
There
got a
you go.
cousin?
Oh yeah, I love that Evan Williams, bro. I do it all the
So
time.
it costs a little less than Jack?
Oh hell yeah, it costs less.
I went to
Plus
buy
Jack-
some Jack. You know, I'm not a whiskey drinker, but I was having company for somebody was coming from out of town or something, and they drank Jack, and I went and bought that, and I was surprised how much Jack Daniels costs. It ain't no cheap little situation.
No, and it's something about that gives me a headache, right? But the Evans Williams don't give me no headache, right? So I don't know what that's about, but
So Brian cuts his with Coke, Diet Coke.
I don't, man, I drink mine's neat. You know, I drink it neat. Yeah, hell yeah. That's the only way I can do it. I can't mix it with that's putting more sugar on shit to me, right? Yeah. So I can't do it like that, or it'll give me a headache. So
that's for them grown-ups right there. That's for Mark and the rest of them.
Yeah, that whiskey is for them grown-ass men right there. You can't be weak with no drinking no Jack Daniels and whatever his cousin name is.
Yeah.
Well, and I don't drink it with Coca-Cola no more because of Coca-Cola's stance on Black Lives Matter. So I stopped fucking with Coca-Cola. So
yeah,
okay.
I went to Pepsi.
Diet Pepsi. You do Diet Pepsi?
Yeah, Diet Pepsi.
And it still tastes all right?
You know, it don't bother me. It never really has. So I
used to drink Diet Pepsi. I haven't drank soda at all, diet or soda, in about 3 years now. I gave up soda, but Diet Pepsi was my go-to.
Only with alcohol.
Mm-hmm. Well, so Gareth, you cool? You drink whiskey too? Oh, you don't mess around, huh?
No.
You don't drink alcohol?
No.
What? Your wife got a good one. You don't even have no wine? Do you drink wine?
Wait, Donna, don't be starting this old crazy talk already, girl. You mean she got
I knew somebody was gonna catch me on that one. No, I ain't saying y'all bad. Come on now. I have me a little something, but I be trying to take it, I don't do too much. My go-to used to be cognac, Hennessy, Cavassier. Then I left the dark alone and I went into the Ciroc. Ciroc was smooth, Ciroc, cranberry. I didn't get no headaches, no hangover feeling, no tummy, cool. So that's kind of like my go-to. Every now and again, a little wine. But that whiskey stuff, no.
If I go dark, I'm a mess with my Jack, Evan Williams. I'm into Bullet now. I like that. Crown. But if I go light, I'm probably only messing with Trust Me vodka. I like Trust Me vodka.
Trust me, I haven't tried that one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Let me see if I can hook you up with something right here.
Yeah, hook me up. Let me see. Look, Brian, look at his bar. Would you guys look at his bar?
I can't see it. I'm on my. Oh man.
Oh yeah, my God. Hey, me and Mark coming to visit you. We coming out there. Gareth too. We all gonna just, and John, wherever he at, we all coming out. You gonna invite us over and we gonna sit up and talk mess and have us a.
Oh, wait a minute. I saw a Dallas Cowboy and a Philly Eagle thing on
That's
his
his
wall.
man cave. He taking us in his man cave. This is his
that's my girl's diehard cowboy. So obviously I've upgraded her life. So but and my little liquor cabinet.
She must not be there because you talking big smackaroo.
I talk smack whether she here or not. That's part of the fun and dynamic that we have. We don't take nothing personal.
That's good.
And that's
very important. And that brings another. I didn't get to the inquiring minds want to know question. I was gonna wait till John came, but I wanted to when you posed that thought earlier when I was talking about what makes a man desire a woman more than he did the last. So what makes a man desire a woman, a new focus, a new woman, more than he did the last woman he was with? What do you guys think drives that? What makes that different?
I'm not in, I can't answer that question right now, but Donna, you and I have had conversations. So you kind of know what my last shit was about.
Yeah. I ain't laughing at you. I'm laughing with you. That's it. But yeah, I do know. I know. And so with
Gary, I want to hear
even
from
when
Gary.
we have bad experiences with the ex-woman, what makes the desire different for the new woman that you pursue? I mean, what is, I know Brian got a lot to say about this, but Gary, if you was getting ready to say something real quick, what was you gonna say? Her chest, her boobies,
Yeah.
her chi-chis, her knockers,
You know what?
her bangers. Them
know,
things right there is what makes you desire her more, because she has bigger ones than your ex did.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, well,
You
to
know what?
me-
I never understood why men were so intrigued about chi-chis. Some are not. Some is like thighs and butt and all that. They all got different parts, just like the chicken. You got different parts that you desire, but you'll take some big ones too if they there.
Yeah.
But if she got little ones, you don't trip because she may have a big butt or thighs. But you're saying that you desired, I guess, the woman you with your wife, right? You or whoever. Let's not say your wife. Okay, you desired the woman, the next woman, more because her breast was bigger than the one you was with before her.
Yeah.
Can you explain that? I mean, why? Because you're a breast man.
I'm a man. I am a man.
You're a breast man. I think that, was you breastfed as a baby? Did your mama breastfeed? I think that got something to do with it. I think mamas be messing y'all up. Because a man that was breastfeed always want big chi-chis. I mean, I didn't expect you to say that. Interesting thought. Hold that. Brian, what makes you, what do you think? Mark can't answer it right now, but
all right, I'm in a safe place. I'm in a safe place now. I can answer.
He had to go in the bathroom. Excuse me, y'all. He in the bathroom. He locked the door, so can't nobody hear him. So now he's gonna tell us a little something in a minute.
Yeah,
you want to go before Brian or after Brian?
I'll go last.
No, Brian.
Brian gonna go last.
Brian can go. The brother can go.
Oh, he said you can go. John, are you there? Hello, John.
John ain't here yet.
All right.
Hey, I'm trying to take care of this business.
Oh, okay.
Well, I can go.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. Well, I mean, ask me the question again, because I had a specific.
Okay, so what makes a man desire a woman more than he did the last one?
Well, it's I mean,
I don't know. You didn't have some Jack Daniels. Wait a minute. Let him marinate.
No, men are can be just as complicated as women, right?
Mm-hmm.
We break shit down. Some women don't. If you with someone and you're not with her anymore, you might have an urge toward her. It's not a greater desire. You know what you're attracted to, and I mean, you can be attracted to eyes, intelligence, a speech pattern. All those things accumulated can add up to great desire. Not just for myself, not just some ass or some tits or possibility of this and that. That's not what I'm about. But great desire grows. It grows into something like that. That's how I feel.
So it has all those different aspects to it. It's not just she got big tits or she got a big butt.
I mean, she might have a nice frame or whatnot to make me want to approach her, but great desire. That's implying that someone that is already with someone and they see something else and they just got this great desire to go over there and dump this one and do that type of deal. We might have done that, but then we all graduated from high school or into our 20s or something like that. That's rather immature. So, you know, that's when you first striking out on the trail, on your journey. But great desire comes with an accumulation of a whole host of things.
Ain't nothing. Okay. Morning, and then one out her mind.
She got to have her mind. Yeah. So the butt and the titties is good, but you got to have something going on up in here too.
Yeah.
Yes, the ass and tits, that's the bonus. You know, really, that's the bonus. But if her mind ain't right, y'all two never gonna be right. You know,
Right.
the mind is what determines if it's gonna be a short-term thing or a long-term thing, or if it's like, you know, all in. You know, it's the mind that pretty much dictates all of that.
So, so if you was with one that was an airhead per se that you used to be with, but you met this new person that had all this intellect and assets too, you know, other things was attractive about them, that will make you want to, you'll desire this new person a lot more, right, than your ex, because you didn't.
No, not necessarily. I think you might be grateful that you're done with the previous and everything that came with it, and now you're with the newbie, and you're grateful that you don't have to, you know, have to deal with or have the same old from before. So, but as far as desire, the desire, that comes eventually. You know, that's not what you.
So you wouldn't desire the new person as quickly. I think what I'm trying to find out is what makes you guys desire the next woman after you leave the last. So maybe it was things in the last woman that, I don't know, you didn't desire, or maybe it was a bad breakup or whatever. I don't know. But what makes you desire the next woman?
Wait, hold on. I got to chime in real quick. I had to tell these people, hold on.
What up,
Check
JT?
this out. It ain't what's happening, bro. It ain't no desiring the next woman after you left somebody. I mean, when you leave somebody, it ain't about, you meet someone and then you may grow to desire them or whatever. But it's not like you're doing something while you're involved. We all, women too. So when women leave one guy, they desire the next one if they come to taking a liking to them. You don't just desire somebody just because, like Garrett was talking about, you know, the mind and everybody else is saying, it ain't like that. It ain't like, now if you with somebody and you looking at somebody and having some desire, now you just cheating on your relationship, really. You know, but if you're not with someone and you see something else, it ain't no I desire the next woman, you know.
So it's nothing that makes you desire the next woman more than the woman you just left?
Wait, how do we get more? Because each individual, you dealing with personalities and characters. So it ain't that I desire them more. I mean, it could be, depending on how you connect and how things go. You can say, but then it's not like you're rating it. It's not like saying, oh, I desire you more. Then it's not that. You just have a great desire for the person, if that's the case.
You desire them and you desire them now. That's it.
Yeah, and that's all it is. It ain't I desire the person more now that I'm with a new one. Hell, well, you know what? I might desire the one more because the other one was a fool. So
that's why I say maybe it depends on how you broke up.
You might desire the fact that you're not a fool, you know, but then you might have some other stuff that I don't desire, that I don't even approve of, you know. but it's about the person. It ain't that, oh, why do men desire the next woman more than they did their last one? No. You're just moving forward in your life. You just
Okay.
moving forward. Ain't no desiring more.
True that. True that. Next question, Donna.
That's interesting. Very
You know what?
interesting.
Now let me get back to
You know
this
what?
business.
Oh yeah, I think Mark has to say his.
Huh?
Yeah, Brian was right on point, right? And we mature because when I was a youngin', it was all about ass, tits, and big legs and all of that shit. But when you get older, you're not looking for that, and you're looking for somebody who's mentally sound, somebody who's striving for the same things you're striving for. So to Brian's point, it's kind of a live and learn kind of thing. It's like, what you were looking for what I was looking for when I was 20 or 30, it's not what I'm looking for when I'm 40 or 50, and
Totally
you just kind of
different,
live
yeah.
and learn that it's totally different. And I certainly made some mistakes along the way, and I was looking for the complete package, and that doesn't really exist. I certainly wasn't the complete package, so why was I looking for it, right? I was like,
when you say complete package, is that meaning like somebody close to being perfect, or somebody
yes.
No.
that still got everything
somebody
that you
who
desire?
is somebody who's beautiful, that to your eye, and somebody who's educated to your eye, or what you're looking for, or somebody who agrees with the things you agree on. And that doesn't always exist. Some people find it, some people don't. But I mean,
so it's not fair to say that you take that there's no comparison. Then you grow and you learn from the last, and you go into the new one based on the characteristics of this new person that works well with you.
Right.
There's no let me, you know what I mean? No comparing. No, this one is I'm desiring this one more because she's on the same page of thinking, and her drive is the same as mine. My other one, she didn't have that.
But to a degree it is, right? Because you gotta be on the same page with the person, right? So I mean, there's no you don't compare them, but you're looking for somebody who sees the world through your lens, kind of,
Mm-hmm.
You're looking for somebody, and all of us men are visual. So, the whole physical thing is, she meets that criteria of visually, but, can we click mentally? Can we make it work, as a team mentally? And at the end of the day, that's what it's about, But it took me a long time to figure that out. But
took us all a long time, JT.
Yeah, I think it's a live and learn, and because you should come out of one thing with some lessons, some life lessons that's gonna make you better moving forward, right?
Right.
We all got to say we had something to do with whether it worked or didn't work, right? Are you guys
right
with that?
You see that, Ken? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just messing with you.
I see that. What is that? Eagles? You know what? Quit playing. That should say 49ers, dude. Don't disrespect
we beat them
me like
already.
that.
We beat them.
Don't disrespect me like that, man.
I love you though.
You playing. But so we should take something from the last that we grow with. Even if it was a bad breakup, because we were participants in that too. I mean, the domino effect. They did something that made you do something. They said something, made you say something.
True.
They closed off emotionally from you. You closed off from them. But you both had a part in it. Somebody might have started it, but you both fed into it, right?
I'm not blaming nobody, because I know I wasn't perfect. I was just agreeing with what Brian, right? what the brother said. So no, I get that. You know,
Yeah.
I far from saying I'm perfect, but but I was agreeing with his thought process.
Yeah. So it's not about that desiring more the next woman because the last woman didn't do something. It's just the connection. It's the connection that you have with this new woman that compliments you, but it ain't got nothing to do with what went on with your last thing, right?
It shouldn't.
Okay.
No, it well, to a degree it does, because you're looking for something different. Otherwise, she wouldn't be your last. So
True.
you have to look at it and say, okay, she ain't like the last one. I mean, to a degree, everybody does that, right? That's why they move on. And that's in part why they move on, is because they can make a comparison. And you shouldn't do that. I know on paper you're not supposed to do that, but the reality is we do compare and say, oh, my last one was crazy. I ain't dealing with that kind of shit, and this one is not crazy. So
well, that's why I believe they're all the same at the beginning. That's that new stage. So there's the laughing, there's the jokes, there's the talking and communication. Everything's cool, but you got to give it time, because a person's real being is gonna show itself sooner or later. Now, what I used to do when I was younger, I purposely put them in certain situations.
Did you?
Fuck yeah. I mean, if this is supposed to be my, I didn't do it out of fun. I did it out of my happiness. That was my investment. If I had an attractive female friend, I don't want a super over jealous female, So I'm going to introduce her to her, let her know that this is my friend. Nothing's ever been going on, never ever happened, never gonna be. So and I just kick back and watch their interaction
and see how she work with it.
Yes, and sooner or later, she might be nice on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, but come the weekend, give it a little time, the real her come out. She might say something a little snappy, or get to acting out one way or another. That's when that exit plan comes into.
So is that a no? Is that a no deal? Okay, say like she waited 4 or 5 days before it was bothering her. And she felt like this female friend you had, y'all was just too chummy. She came out of the blue, she met her. And then all of a sudden, 5 days go by and she started acting a certain way, or let you know that she had a problem with. Is that a no dealer? I mean, are you ready to leave that relationship because of that?
No. It all depends on the approach. If you want to approach me as a man and my own being by like, you can't have her as a friend, then unfortunately friendship seniority comes into play there. You just got here. You can't be rearranging the furniture in my house. You know what I'm saying? You got to be respectful to your significant other's friends. And a lot of women have problems with that. Yeah. And especially if it's a female friend. Yeah. I had a girlfriend back in my 20s. Now, my mom always looked like a very, very young lady, right? Just a beautiful lady. I had one female friend that I dated for about, 6 months, 3 to 6 months. I could not convince her that the woman who lived with me and my brother was my mother and not some chick that, So that was a headache. She
didn't believe that was mom?
She did not believe that was my mom. So, I ghosted her before there was the term ghosting, and it was just all bad. It's a certain mentality that certain women have. Yeah, it's okay to feel a certain way, but when you act on it with certain words and then other actions, you're shooting yourself in the foot.
Yeah.
But
I can get that. Yeah, I can get that, and I can see where that would be. Yeah, yeah, that's all bad right there. So yeah, this desire thing. So it, and it kind of went different places, but it was something that I really wanted to touch on because, some women will say, you know, when they get when a man leaves them and get with another woman and she observes certain things and she'll say, well, he never did treat me like that. He never did, you know, drink my bath water. He never did, you know, do these things for me that he's doing for her, you know, and they get to going through this trip like they don't feel that they were worthy. He made them feel like you don't get this, but this new person is getting all that.
No, they're focusing and concentrating on things that they really shouldn't, you know, and a lot of women tend to do that. You know, she shouldn't give a damn what he's doing or how he's doing, where he's going with his new woman. She should be focusing on, like I said before, you know, fixing herself.
Right.
Not fixing, maybe that might be a bad thing, but improving herself, analyzing herself. I'm saying all the wrong shit.
You said fix it. Analyze it.
I mean,
Improve it.
When you come out of a breakup,
Mark probably would agree with all that too. She should be, but she should be focusing in on, you
herself.
know, ourselves when we
say.
get into these breakups. Not to say that she was 100% the problem. I don't know. It depends on what the breakup was about. But in some of the scenarios that you brought up, that's an insecure woman that's tripping on controlling, don't want you to have friends. Outside of, you know, and people do get like that. I don't know why that is. You've had a life before them. Now you're with them. They've been there a minute and they want you to get rid of all your opposite sex friends.
Donna.
Yeah.
It got so bad with me. I couldn't even do a job interview with a woman.
Oh,
damn.
That shit got scary. It's like, wait a minute, I'm trying to make us some money and you over here staring at me like, who the fuck you talking to? It was Donna, it was bad. They
didn't want you doing no interacting with the opposite sex in any kind of way.
She wanted
even
me to
making money, even making your business, making money.
Yeah, she wanted me to have on horse blinders. You hear what I'm saying? She wanted me to have on horse blinders or sunglasses or something. Don't look. And, you know.
That's terrible. I mean, that has to be a very insecure, controlling type of person to.
Right. And right? You know, that fooled me because she was very attractive, very well educated. I thought, okay, she ain't going to be intimidated. Right. So when she hit me with that attitude, I realized I was dealing with a psycho.
You were sleeping with the enemy.
Yep. And you know what I did?
Yeah.
You know, I had to get divorced. I'm like, this shit's crazy, man.
You know, and you know, we go into things thinking this is gonna be forever, but people do they end up showing some true stripes. Like Brian say, you know, you got one thing right in front of you, and you got, you know, 6 months to a year. Some people can fake it for almost a year. And then this whole different beast comes to visit. It's like, who are you?
Man, it was crazy.
They will tuck it. They will tuck it to get you to a certain point. They want to marry you, or they want to move in with you, or they trying to have your baby, whatever. Y'all better stop messing with them young girls too, because they didn't have a baby in a minute.
I'm done with that shit.
I know a couple of 50-year-olds that they kids grown and they got caught at 50 messing with a 35-year-old. And now they starting all over again with a 2-year-old.
Yeah, and you know,
B-Cash ain't about to do that bullshit. You know, I ain't fucking with no youngsters.
And she get to seeing all your assets, and you just, man, you at a point where you living your best life, and she 35, 30, and I ain't trying to hate on you young sisters. I'm just saying, she's still in her prime. Some of them ain't got kids, want to have at least one baby, and you seem to fit the bill.
Yeah. Sperm donors.
Be baby daddy, and she got her radar. And what's so cool about it, I've heard stories where people have been told, "Oh, I can't have no more babies. I ain't had no. I can't get pregnant. I've been having sex without contraceptives for 15 years. I can't get pregnant." And then next thing you know, I think I'm pregnant.
Yeah, that's the setup move.
So I say to the men to protect, if you don't want no kids, protect yourself and not just go solely on what a woman is telling you.
Well,
Because
men should be practicing
sometimes
that
they will tell
when
you
they first
things, I
start
can't have no
seeing them.
kids, my tubes tied, all kinds of stuff, and it don't be always the truth.
Right.
And then you caught, and then the first thing a person to say, well, did you use? I mean, you know, nobody want to use all the dental dams and
Well, you know, though, the
latex,
ones
but
that
damn.
don't get that part are the youngsters, because you know they haven't been stung like that yet. You know, at one point in time, almost everyone gets stung one way or another,
Yeah.
right? You know, I can't get pregnant, or there's no way possible, and then there's this oops baby. You know, when you get to our age, you know, you don't really, you ain't really got to worry about those.
A
those
man
type
at
of things.
50, 55 years old and some little youngster telling you she having your baby. Come on now. That's going to hit your blood pressure. So, I mean, if you're a 55-year-old man, don't have no kids, and your desire is to have at least one seed, you may be happy about it. I
55
don't know.
years old, don't have no kids.
Half the
Man,
time
that's
you don't
my
even
hero
love
right
these
there.
women. You just sleeping with them. Y'all just, you know, it's a situationship, you know. It's all good.
I had
And
a
it may
buddy
not
who
even
was,
be a love.
I had a buddy who was 60 years old and hooked up with a 20-something, and she had his baby, and the minute she was pregnant, she turned into, you know, a little demon. And you know, unfortunately, my boy died a few years later because he was an
Oh.
oldie at the time. I mean, we all used to tease him about it, you know, but at the same time, we were giving him daps because he was hitting on the youngster, because that's what those guys do.
Well, I guess that's an ego booster too. If you 60 and you didn't got a 30-year-old pregnant, I guess that would be kind of like a, yeah, I'm the man. Yeah, they still work. They still swimming strong. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, that baby mama was a bottom feeder for real. So she wasn't a trophy of any kind. So
Okay.
you know, nobody else wanted her, so she had to go to Super Grandpa.
That's why you can't, you know, I know that good is powerful sometimes, and it's good, but you got to be, you know, sometimes it's just worth just not even going there, especially if you know that this ain't something you really want to be attached to.
Well, my pops told me when you're older, you got a lot more to protect, and you know a little bit more as far as stepping around those minefields. When you're younger, you don't have it yet, so you don't really know what you're protecting. You're actually protecting your future for when you do get some shit, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But now these youngsters are taking shit from you before you get it. You know, that they don't want to work out an issue. I mean, you have a baby together. It took a man and it took a woman. How the fuck the courts get into it?
Right.
You know, and the courts got to regulate when you do this and when you do that. The courts weren't in that bed when you made them. You know, they weren't even in the room. But the women run there first, and the courts want you to, because that's the ultimate pimp right there.
Right.
So I mean, I know I divulge something every week, and I'll divulge this. I've been paying child support for at least what year we in? 2023? Shit, since when did I get divorced? In 98? So
That's a long time.
Yeah. And I will most likely be paying for the rest of my life, because
the kids was, even when they become grown, they make you pay in arrears or something. You still got to keep paying, right?
Yes, it's set up for you to pay. That's the ultimate pimp right there.
Right.
You know, like,
Right.
All right, it's set up for you to fall behind at one point in time or another.
Yep.
Please believe.
Okay,
right?
so explain that briefly. So what you mean?
Okay, you got a good job. Say you make $70,000 a year, right? You're paying your child support, right? Everyone changes jobs. Now there's a period in between pay periods on there, you know, but child support don't stop.
It keeps ticking.
Yes,
I hear a
it does.
horn. What's that, y'all?
That's me on my car lawn.
Oh, okay. I wanted to know what it was. Okay, go ahead.
All right, so child support keeps going no matter what. That's the Energizer Bunny right there. That keeps on ticking right there. All right. So if you take a pause from one job to another, you could call them and say, hey, like I have done, like, hey, I don't work there anymore. I'm working over here now. Here's my information. That's when I was playing a different game. I was trying to be the upstanding, proving all the other people wrong. I'm going to do the right thing no matter what. And it takes a minute. They say thank you for the information. Month and a half, 2 months later is when they would start taking the money out your check. But at the same time, money's been accumulating anyway. So now you're behind. You're behind at least $3,000 to $5,000.
Oh, they don't stop it from the time you call to say,
no,
okay, let me.
No, let me. Oh my God, girl, you can have a whole fucking show.
So it
on
keeps
just
on going.
Yes, well, yeah.
So do they double up when they get to the new job? Do they take more out, or you just got that interest on the 2 months that wasn't paid or something?
That if you pay $1,000 a month, right? So for a month and a half, you didn't pay. So let's call that $1,500. Now you got to pay your $1,000 plus something on that $1,500. Now, when you go to court to go and pay on the arrears, they're going to ask you specifically, look, you owe $2,000. How you want to pay that? You want to pay it all today? No, Your Honor, I can't. Okay, well, how much you want taken out? $5, $10? You're going to jump at that because it's only $5 or $10. But that $5 and $10 only ensures you're going to be paying for the next 30 years.
For the rest of your life, basically.
Yeah, it's basically a credit card that you can't draw from, right? So now, say you get fired at this new job, you don't mix, so you end up not working. You don't work for 6 months. That 6 months at $1,000 per month adds up, right? You start getting the letters. You now you getting phone calls from her. You trying to find a job. You getting phone calls from her. Nonetheless, you got $6,000 in the hole plus that $1,500. Maybe you took out $30 because you only paid $5 on that right there. And now here comes Christmas and New Year's. So now you owe $6,000.
Mm-hmm.
On New Year's Eve, you owe $6,000. On New Year's Day, because the government's been sending you little notes letting you know, hey, you owe this much, or hey, this is how much your balance is. They charge you for that. So if you have a $6,000 not bonus, but balance at the end of the year, on January 1st, they add 10% to that.
What?
So now you owe $6,600, and it just keeps going. If you have a balance at the end of the year on January 1st, 10% of that is charged to you.
Wow.
And now that gets added to your total balance.
So if the judge got you paying $1,000 a month, they're going to add a certain percentage onto that $1,000 and say you got to pay, I don't know, what, $1,100, $1,200? And what if you can't make the $1,200? It just keeps accumulating and staying on there and building up, and that's how it goes.
It keeps building. If you used to make 70 or 80,000 and you take another job that makes 50, guess what? Now you got to pay still because you have the potential to make 80 grand. So they're going to charge you that 80 grand.
But can't you go and get it modified?
You can do that. But you could do that, but that could take you 6 to 9 months. I had to learn the hard way on all of that shit. When I went down to the court in Hayward, it was just horrible. I started in Oakland. I'm in line. Hey, what paperwork's? It's just attitude ass filled women that's working there. Didn't want to help me. Helped the lady that was right in front of me and helped the lady that was behind me. But when the man stepped up to say, hey, I need modification paperwork.
Isn't that interesting?
There it is. Next, that's how.
What an attitude.
Oh yeah. The whole shit is just hilarious now, but it wasn't hilarious when I was going through it.
Have you experienced that, Mark or Gary? You don't have any kids, huh?
No.
Okay. So, Mark, you had any issues, bad issues like that too? Oh, he must have stepped away. John too.
What?
John, have you had any like with Brian? I don't know if you heard him about the child support thing.
I shared with you about child support.
But I don't remember you saying you had any issues with the
$110,000.
Oh, yes, you did.
$110,000.
Oh, yes, he did. I remember you was talking about that. Damn.
And it just didn't start with 100 grand.
And the cold part was
it accumulated.
Now, like what he was saying, I had to go talk to somebody because of the discrimination. And I started with the propaganda. They had a booklet and it had a child in the middle, mother and a father. And the child is reaching up, holding the mother's hand, and he's reaching up. You know how the parents hold both hands, but they don't have the child's hand connected to the father. See, subliminal. Pay attention.
Yes.
And then let me tell you that $110,000. The cold part was, I was a single parent. I had a kid from birth, and the mother went and got child support and ain't produced no kid. So they just walk in there and say, "Hey, this is what's going on," but ain't produced no kid. But now I produce schoolwork records, and everything, and all kinds. Even when I got legal physical custody, they still couldn't see through it.
It don't stop.
And I had to go through it with them.
So you mean to tell me if you have a balance and your children got children, they growner than grown, you still got to keep. So who gets this money? The mother? Or are you paying back the county or what? Who's getting the money?
Here comes the good part. All right. My daughter's 28, 29 years old. I'm still paying for her.
And it's going to the mama? Or it goes to the county?
We fell for the okie doke together. And I just realized it recently because, we're a divorced couple and she wants to go with the traditional, I can't stand you, I don't want to talk to you. So we don't communicate at all. And now that
Hey, Brian.
Yeah.
It's Brian, right?
Yeah.
I want your email address, brother, because I got stuff for you. And I've been through it. So
Mark been through it too.
Yeah, let me get your email address real quick, and I'm gonna shoot you an email address back.
Yeah. All right.
And I'm gonna shoot you some links.
All right. Here we go, everybody.
Unless y'all want to do it in the chat. You want to do it in the chat or you want to do it?
I don't really give a shit because he's struck a passion in me and I get what he's saying.
Okay, the chat. Y'all post a chat over here.
We'll do it at the end, JT.
Hey man, I don't know. I'm on my phone right. Okay, we can do it in the chat. I can pull up my chat.
I don't know how to do that, but
the chat is up now. Only thing you do, you don't see the chat either, Brian.
I see
something popped up, but I mean, if I press it,
if you want to say it to him, you can. I mean, that's cool too.
All right, it's Brian BRYAN .R.cash at outlook.com.
BRIAN.
No. Brian BRYAN .R as in Ronald. Fuck it. My middle name is Renee. I don't give a fuck.
Ain't nothing wrong with it, baby.
Hey, that was Compton's best kept secret right there when I was a kid. Nobody in Compton could know my middle name.
You can go girl or
Renee.
boy.
So did you say Ronald? Brian.Ronald?
No, Brian.R.cash.
Oh, you put a dot after Brian?
Dot after Brian, dot after R.
I got you.
You
At
sure you got it?
outlook.com.
Shit, I didn't got confused. Okay, you got
All
it?
right. Brian.r.cash at
Outlook.
at what? At what?
Outlook.com.
Okay.
I think Mark didn't mess that shit up. You gonna have, yeah, after the show, Mark, you gonna have to get it from him because I think you gonna mess that one up.
No, I think I got it. He's Brian BRYAN.R.cash. Like money, right?
That's right.
At outlook.com.
At outlook.com.
Yeah.
All
That's
right.
And that's some good stuff. I'm glad you guys are sharing this because it's so interesting. I'm learning. I mean, I thought once the kids, I don't know why I thought that, but I thought once they became grown that you don't have to pay the child support anymore.
There are
only
a couple
until they're
different
18.
There are a couple different stipulations that could stop child support. It doesn't necessarily stop when they turn 18. You know, if they're not in school or something of that nature, then it'll stop. But if they decide to go to school, just check into a little junior college, you got to keep paying.
Is it
now? If you pay $1,000 a month, doesn't necessarily mean she's going to receive $1,000 a month, because this is what I just found out just recently. If I was paying $1,000, well, I was paying $1,600 a month. You know,
for one child or more than one child.
Well, that was for 3 children on
Okay.
a $40,000 a year salary 20-something years ago. So yeah, right. So, and as I'm paying $1,600 a month, she's not getting $1,600 a month. She's getting like $300 to maybe $500 a month.
Oh, because the county got to be paid back. The county got to be getting some of that money. I think.
Well, the county makes you believe that they take their money at the end of the year when they pimp you for that 10%. I don't know what they're doing with the money that they hold, because you're sending it to them and they hold it. I don't know how you verify that it's cash, but they hold it and they distribute it to her the amount that they want to. Now, this lady thought that I was only paying her $400 a month, and this was something that we never talked because we were at odds. So this went on for years. Only 2-3 years ago is when I'm looking through a text and I'm talking to her. I done lost jobs because child support affects your credit rating.
Yeah.
And now jobs are looking at your credit now.
Do they really look at your credit? Child support
Well,
goes on your credit?
if you got positive if you have a positive payment, the child support actually will work in your favor. If you have a positive rating on your payment, the child, because like I said, I had that 110,000 that was sitting up there, but it was in a positive standing. Everybody wanted to
constantly paying.
Everybody wanted to give me some money.
Because he was constantly paying. He was consistently paying.
It was good, yeah. So it can work in your favor. But if it shows in the negative and the amount is large, it's gonna hurt, because it's gonna show that you have a terrible relationship with your lender. That's all they see is lender.
What? Hey, Brian.
What kind of relationship?
Brian, I'm gonna interject real quick.
All right.
Not only do they ruin your credit, they'll take your driver's license.
Yes.
Right. And then the next step is to ruin your credit. Right. So you can't even, I've been through it, brother. So I've seen how they will fuck your shit up so bad that you're always in arrears. And then you will always, it's like an extortion plan, right?
Yes.
They're going to extort money out of you. You're going to pay us, so we're not going to let you work.
I mean, some people have driving jobs, and that's all they can do is drive trucks. Yeah, and they're going to take your license.
No, I've been in that court. I watched them take this dude's You know, they said they wanted to charge him $800 a month, but this cat worked at McDonald's. So I'm, you know, and I just got loud. I said, how the fuck are you going to take $800 a month from a dude that works at McDonald's? But then they want to negotiate with you, you know, based on, they will try and negotiate with you if you let them control shit and say, okay, how much can you pay us? You know, but when I seen that little Latino brother get pulled out like that for $800 a month, and he worked at McDonald's, I flew off the handle at the courthouse, right? You know, because I'm like, come on, man, this dude can't afford that.
They
You
don't
know,
care.
I'm an IT professional. I can't afford that.
Yeah.
So it's all bullshit. It's oppression and it's extortion. And that's how they try to keep mostly minorities in check with that kind of bullshit, right? That's
It's
just
designed for you
that's
to fall behind.
right. And once you
now
fall
I'm
behind,
understanding better that
and look,
comment you made about you fall behind.
it doesn't matter why you fell behind, because people fall behind because of the recession. They'll fall behind because they got laid off. But once they get you in that trap, oh, you fell behind. You're fucked. That's what they do to people. Because man, I lived in Cali for years. I got laid off. I went through recessions. I went through .com bust. So I know that they don't care about none of that. That little calculator's still ticking. Now you're behind, and you'll never catch up. Most people can never catch up, right? So that's to Brian's point. And I just sent you an email, Brian, from my Outlook account. And if you respond to it and see it, we can collaborate on this shit, because I've been fighting their ass for years and calling them out.
So what happens if you marry again or have another kid? Do they take that into consideration?
No, they might, if you got a lawyer who's big enough.
Just a little?
You know, you gotta have a lawyer, and most people can't afford that, right?
I was going to say that. Who can afford a big, good lawyer if you're already overpaying on child support? You can barely survive. I barely had the money to go and get my kids every other week.
So they taking the money out of your check before you even can pay them, right? Do they take it out of your money?
Yeah, that's you know, that's the funny thing though, Donna, because they try and stop you from working, right? So, okay, we're gonna take your driver's license from you, and in a state like California, how you gonna get around without a driver's license? So that's their first move. They'll take your driver's license from you, and then, all right, we're gonna fuck you up, you know, because you can't pay our extortion fees.
That's
so
right.
We're gonna take your driver's license. Now you can't get to work. Now you're gonna fall farther behind. Now you can't take jobs that require a driver's license. Now we're gonna mess your credit up, so you can't take jobs that require a decent credit. You know, that's the kind of bullshit they do.
I never knew it went on your credit. That is absolutely amazing.
No, that's
they
what
are
they do.
Attaching that to your credit.
Yes. And you know, I grew up in DC, so I know how government jobs work. A lot of them you got to have decent credit because there's security, right? And so I've been denied jobs in the Washington area because it's like, oh, you got issues, you got child support issues. So what they do is they rule you out because now you're a compromise.
Yeah.
Right. You're somebody who might take a bribe, right? Or that's the bullshit they say, right?
Yeah.
So it's a horrible game that they do to a lot of fathers and mothers. There's mothers out there who, you know, fall behind too, but you know, it's mostly dads and it's mostly minorities that they do this to.
It's absolutely amazing. I want you and Brian to get together and talk about some things. I'd like to touch more on this on the next show because, It's so real. I'm just learning some things today that
Donna, you really don't know how real it is, girlfriend. I mean,
wow.
Yeah. And Brian he got me started when he started telling me his story, because I can tell you some shit. And these motherfuckers out here, especially California, is the worst. Here's the good thing though, for me, all states don't do that, right? So I'm gonna tell y'all, I started a business here in Las Vegas. They can't touch me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Right?
you got
So
the LLC working.
Yes. So you can't mess with me right now.
You got to
And
play
if
the
they
game.
could, if I had filed for my LLC in California, they would have took my business license and said, "Oh, nope, you can't have this."
They could take your business license too?
They
Anything
take
that has
everybody's
your name on
license.
it is attached to your social security number, which is accessible to them.
Yep.
So you don't even get no income tax return. If they gonna snatch that up too. If you're in the if you owe, they gonna take your taxes and everything.
Well, when I was younger, I filed taxes, and I was expecting $4,000, right? After a whole year of paying child support and barely surviving on my own, I was looking forward to that $4,000. I got a cute little letter saying, no, because you owe, so we're gonna keep this. So being a young, immature dude, I decided I wasn't gonna file my taxes the following year. 20 years later, you know, after working and working, I didn't file my taxes for close to 20 years. And for whatever reason, they caught up to me when I was living and working in Vallejo. And I had to run on down there. They took the entire check. I didn't get a paycheck for at least 4 or 5 months. And I worked every day.
The IRS now want their money.
The IRS is a bigger game
support
than Crips and Bloods combined.
Damn.
And they don't play like Crips and Bloods. They don't play. So I mean, I had to go through 4 months of just to start getting my
going to
piddly
work,
check
and
out.
then when payday came, your check, you didn't get nothing.
I got absolutely nothing. Thank God I was renting apartments back then.
Yeah.
And I was doing kind of well doing that. And because I lived on site, my rent came straight out of my check. So that got paid. But as far as my cable bill, my grocery bill, and you know, I depended. I had to go back and do some things that you know, I had to survive.
Do some things strange for some change.
I had to, yeah.
Man, this is so interesting. I mean, I want to talk further. I'm not gonna keep you guys longer. We kind of went over, but I never experienced child support situation. I never got child support. I was a single parent. I never got the assistance.
Did you file for it?
One time I did.
Yeah.
And then when I did, the person was working contractual type of job, so they just stopped working and did something with the social where they couldn't find them anymore. And then,
well, you know what? The government forces them to do that.
Yeah.
He might have wanted to do the right thing.
Yes.
But when you cripple somebody financially, now they got to find something else to do, right? And I was fortunate enough that, you know, and I knew the hoe that did this shit. So, I mean, I call her a hoe now, right? But, you know, yeah, I mean,
he can call her a hoe. He was married to her. He knew her better than anyone in this room. He can call her whatever he wants to call her.
So I wasn't even married to her, right? Matter of fact, she was married to somebody else. I found out later. So she is a legitimate hoe. But it's like,
that was your son, right? That was your son.
No, not Ray. Oh. No, that was somebody else.
Because I think when I ran into you, you had your little son. He probably big now.
He's 16.
He was a little. When I remember, I ran into you in Hayward, and you had your little.
Yeah, and he's 16 now, and we still talk.
Damn.
I'm talking about another chick in Baltimore.
See, Brian, he got some stuff for you.
No,
He got some
no.
stuff.
And you know,
I just met Mark. I got nothing but love and respect for Mark, but I got Mark B. Trust me, I got your B, Mark.
Got him. You got him.
man,
I got him.
that shit frustrates the hell out of me, man. And I just
Let me tell you this, Mark. Let me tell you this. I know how much it can frustrate you, but I learned the hard way, and I just want to share this with you. You don't ever have to compromise yourself as the man that you are, right? The world is not designed to make it easy for us, especially because, you know, we're Black men. So,
right.
I mean, everything is triply and quadruply hard, right? What you
Right.
got to do is settle down, grab a hold of your mind, and play the fucking game. Play the game. If you gotta, I mean, whatever you gotta do it because it's surviving. They're not letting you live, so you gotta survive. Like I showed y'all my home, right?
Yeah.
This is my home. It's not. The world can see this, right?
Yeah.
It's
I love Brian. I just love Brian.
Hey, bro,
don't give a
beautiful
fuck.
house, bro. Beautiful house.
Thank you. And I mean, and I continue. I worked hard to get it, and I continue to work hard to maintain it. And that's all that men want to do. A lot of us are not afraid to work hard for what it is that we want. The older you get, you understand that, and you lock yourself into that mind state. But you know, when you got these outside entities, like, you know, you got law enforcement, you got child support, and child support, I told you, is a gangster all itself. I got my little toys. The only thing I got in my name, and I was surprised that I was able to put it in my name, is my new Corvette. You know, and I've been trying to put that in somebody else's name because I'm afraid they're gonna come and take my baby. You know, But you got to play the game, and I've been playing the game for like 20 or something years.
And that's exactly, Brian, what I think. You know, I go to bed thinking about them coming after me, taking shit all the time, right?
Yeah.
And my current lady, she researched some stuff and said, you need to relax. They can't come after your business because you're in Vegas. And the funny thing about being in Vegas, when I got laid off and I was unemployed and I went to collect my unemployment and stuff, they wouldn't even talk to me about child support in California. They were like, that ain't our business, right? That was their mindset. So my point is, every state doesn't cooperate with fucking California bullshit, right? Because California, they oppress and extort. That's what they do. You know, they want to keep you down under their thumb so that they can continue to do what they do and rake in money, right?
Yes.
So, man, you struck a chord in me, brother. I swear to God, I can tell you some stories. And I hope
we're gonna
I
have
got
to kick it, and we're gonna have to get together and kick it and do some more stories. Shit, we can talk all day with each other.
Yeah, I'm telling you, when Mark come to town, I told him I'm trying to do the meet and greet, but when he come in town, we gonna hook up with you, Brian. We gonna
let me know. I'm there.
Give you a call and make a drive out or whatever. But yeah, we got it hooked up. And Gareth too. Gareth, you live in the Bay Area, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Where you at, Garrett? You in Oakland? Where you at?
San Leandro.
San Leandro.
San Leandro. I used to live in San Leandro when I
Leandro.
was married to that little cunt. God damn.
Hey.
That's where
I came from San Leandro out here. I was in San Leandro before I moved out here.
That was the last meet and greet, wasn't it, Donna?
San Leandro. Yeah, I did it at the at one
Center?
of those community centers off of Marina. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, by the park.
Yeah, by the park. I had rented one of the rooms, and we did a couple times. I think I did it there, and then we did it at Kennedy Park over in Hayward. That one was real good.
I missed that one. I think
that
I
one
missed
was
that
real
one.
nice. So
That place
we're gonna definitely do one. I got to get back to getting everybody together, but I'm not going to keep you guys. I appreciate the show tonight and everybody who joined in, and please leave us your comments, like, share, subscribe. We do this every week, table talk in a grown folk kind of way, and people are sharing their personal experiences, but this is real life stuff. So I know something has hit home for somebody watching this tonight. And we will be back on next Sunday. It will be
Can
Sunday
I say
next
something?
week. It's going to be Sunday.
I
Y'all
like
Mondays or y'all like Sundays?
I like Mondays.
You like Mondays?
Hey, I like Mondays too. And Brian, I hope I sent you the contact with
May
my
have to be Monday.
right email. So
we can do Monday because it's a holiday.
So check your junk mail, bro. If you see something from Mark MBMCS.biz, that's me.
I'm gonna check it as soon as we get off the spawn.
And I love Mark too. Mark is about it. He's real, folks. He's genuine. He's cool. Y'all make sure you reach out to each other.
I can tell.
And Mark, I'm gonna get with you too soon. Just give me a minute to get back. But we're gonna do the show next Monday instead of next Sunday. We'll be 7:30. I try to give people a chance to get home from work to when I go back to work, it's gonna be, I don't be getting home until about 6 something. So I should be able to do. I mean, Mondays is cool. I think Mondays is good. It seems to be working for people than Sundays.
You know what?
Sundays is more of a laid back family thing, games, whatever. And it was hard to get people, but you guys.
Well, you know what? Here's the thing with me. Football season's over. So you got my Mondays.
I got y'all Monday. Yeah, we're going to do Monday. I just got to, just plan it to do it. I mean, yeah. We'll try it. I'm going to try it a few times when I go back to work. This Monday coming is a holiday, so it ain't no problem. When I go back to work, I'm going to try it a few things. If it be a little difficult for me, I'm going to have to do Sunday, but I'm going to try the Monday. And, because
or any other day during the week.
You're right.
Any other day.
Yeah, I agree.
If
I had thought about Friday at one time, but I say people be trying to do things on Friday and have they after work drink, go to the bar, whatever. So, I don't want to disrupt all that, but
damn bar shit.
We will be back next time. Y'all quit playing. But Garrett, you cool? You got anything else? You all right?
Yeah. How you doing, Garrett?
We sorry we went there with the child support thing. Just be glad, my brother. Be glad you ain't got. Be glad, because what I'm hearing. This is the. I know it takes 2 parents. I understand that. I mean, like I say, I went without that support, so I don't even know what it feels like to get a child support check or what they do. I know my son dealt with a little something, but it's just, man, I didn't know to this degree that they come after you guys in that way. And I really, really thought once the kid reached 18, it was like a done deal.
No, it's
so
not.
I just learned some good stuff.
You better have a good lawyer. You better have a good lawyer. So
wow.
That's hard to have. Yeah, you can't afford it.
I mean, it would be better if the 2 parents can just get along and just deal with it. I don't know. Some women think that the dad's just will disappear and won't help. Maybe they dealing with a dad, but I see some men that are really, really down and helping, and the women want to try to take everything from them.
Yes, it becomes a competition, a battle of wills. It's a war, and it's sad all the way around because, all right, at our ages, most of us were raised by single mothers, right?
Right.
For whatever reason, our fathers were doing their things, right? So we were victimized as little kids that way. Now, the state or the government is taking the stance that, we're going to help you moms not have to go through that. We're going to do this child support thing and make sure you get. No, that's the okie doke. They are collecting from the father on your behalf because you're not even getting all the money that's what I'm
saying. You're saying out of $1,000, you may get 3 or 4. Where's the other $600 going?
Yeah, exactly, brother. I
So
get
us
it.
guys, we got victimized as kids, and now we're being victimized as grown adults because, you know, if we grew up with our fathers, we're trying to do our best to be better fathers than our fathers were. And here we are, we're paying for our fathers' mistakes and their assholishness, you know, and now that I'm going through it myself, I'm understanding my father wasn't always an asshole. He wasn't always the best father in the world, but he was the best father that he could be. And a lot of times that's just not acceptable to the mom who is on a super power trip. So,
Right.
and once that happens, you're gone. This is why they're so quick to go to child support court rather than just saying, hey, I need you to pay this amount of money. Little Johnny needs just $100 this week, and then you can pay for his extracurricular
daycare or
activities.
his whatever, you know.
Yes, but
I've
they don't want to
seen
do
mothers
that.
go after some dads that's really doing a lot, and they end up getting less money. They get less money from getting caught up in the system than they did when they was just working with the daddy to make it happen. You see what I'm
just
saying?
watched a video in which a young lady was in court. The female judge was reading off, you're going to pay $2,000 a month for this, and then you're going to do this, reimburse for medical. And the mom was like, yes, you got to pay this, you're paying all that money. And the judge said, hold up. No, you're paying that much. He's got the kid. You had the kid, but he's got the kid.
Wow.
No, you'll be paying that. And she had to shut the hell up.
Wow.
You know, I don't feel bad in saying I felt a little good in watching that little thing.
Yeah, I didn't see that,
You
but
know
I mean,
what?
wow, I can see.
You know what, though? You know what, brother? But it's rare that you find a judge like that.
It's rare.
That will call her out and say, you know, this is what's really going on. But
we're just file numbers to the judge.
That was my experience anyway. But
yeah,
we're just a file number of the judges. They've got 20 different cases in a day. They don't have time to intimately get involved with each and every case. Your file number AK-297-333. You know, and they got to get through that as quick as possible because they got the very next one that's on the docket next. So they don't know the specifics of each and every case, and each and every case is different. So, but it's the same because it involves an angry mom who's going after a dad. He's not innocent. He's just not living up to certain expectations, and she's using the court to really stomp him out, to show him she's boss. You know, so they've forgotten that it's a two-way street, and they've both forgotten that there's a kid involved. A kid is watching all of that.
That's the main thing.
And he may be held hostage until he's 18. He's developing his own thoughts about his mom's actions. You know, and he's going to want to go and spend more time with his dad, even when it's not court appointed. You know, I know my dad's not supposed to have me this weekend, but I want to go anyway. You know, you got a bullshit mom that'll say, no, it's my weekend. She'll have no plans with him.
Don't have nothing planned, just because.
Oh, yeah. I've been through all of that too. And I'm sure Mark and JT have also. You can have a show on just child support shit.
Yeah, we gonna definitely touch on this next week. We gotta go further with this because this is a hit home for a lot of people, women and men, and it's just a shame. I didn't realize it was that crazy with it. You know,
have a friendly relationship with my exes, with my kids' moms, but it's just not possible. Because I just feel like you just did a lot of unnecessary stuff.
Right.
You know, why?
Right.
You know what, Donna? I'm gonna say one thing. The one thing my ex-wife got was Sarita, she understood this shit. And she was totally in my corner. That was the only thing that we agreed on. But I mean, because she grew up in California and San Francisco and all that shit. So she knew what these chicks do. And so that was the only thing she was supportive of me on. I'll give her that much. You know, because she was like, you know what, they dogging you, they treating you black men like shit because they can, you know.
Yeah. And that was good. She saw, you know, she saw something in that. I mean, you know, it ain't not 100% bad. I mean, it was some good. That, like you said, that was the only thing, but it's some good in everybody where they got something. You know, I don't think you would have went there if they were all terrible, but the beast just took over, you know.
Right.
I said beast. I said beast. That's what I said.
I hear you.
But anyway, we're gonna wrap it up, y'all. I have an early appointment tomorrow morning, so I got to get on out of here. I'm so thankful that everybody came tonight. Thank you so much, John. I know you made an attempt. You logged in, but you have some things you're dealing with. But thank you for at least trying to be a part. We're gonna pick up with this next week. At least talk about some of it again. I know it could be a whole show topic, but
Hey, Brian,
we're gonna get to the meat.
One more thing. I just want to make sure I got your email address correct. And that's bryan.cash.
Yep.
At outlook.com.
You got it, baby.
All right.
Thank you, sweetheart, too. And if you guys can make it, chime in next week. I know every week don't work for everybody, but just when you can, when you're just chilling and we on and you want to come on, this is what we do. We do this grown folk table talk. And trust me, we get connections and it helps somebody, you guys. It helps somebody. So I want to thank you guys for being a part of what we do. This is your host with the most, Donna Smith,